For Canada Border Services officers, it was quite the catch. 19 restricted firearms, including several handguns, hidden in the door panels of this van trying to cross into Canada from the U.S.
These guns were not just seized, they were prevented from winding up in our communities.
Seizures like this have led to the popular belief that most of the handguns used in violent crimes on Canada's streets came from the U.S., where they are plentiful and in some places easy to obtain.
We have to be very critical of this idea of the gun smuggler coming across the border.
This sociologist says a recent RCMP study found the opposite.
And this was on the province of British Columbia, but they found that 61% of the firearms being seized off the streets were from Canada.
Police and crime experts say numbers are similar across the country, that many guns used in crimes are first sold and bought legally in Canada.
And then diverted either through being stolen or it was intentionally bought with the idea that they would share it with somebody else.
Toronto's mayor says he has been talking to Ottawa about dealing with the source.
But I think there's a problem with the domestic trafficking of guns. You've heard me speak about that. I've had a number of conversations, including one just recently with the Minister of Public Safety for the Canadian government, the federal government.
Gun control activists have been calling for a return to better tracking of where legally purchased guns end up.
In 1977, we had controls over the sales of firearms, which required gun sellers to track who purchased guns and what guns they purchased, and to make that information easily available to the police.
The advocates, experts, and police say solving gun crime will require a made-in-Canada solution for what they now understand to be a largely made-in-Canada problem. Ron Charles, CBC News, Toronto.
Also in Toronto, a 13-year-old boy has been charged with first-degree murder after he and two others allegedly targeted and killed another teen last weekend. 19-year-old Aaron Rankine Wright was just riding his bicycle when he was hit by a black SUV. 3 males inside the vehicle then jumped out and repeatedly stabbed Rankine Wright before running away. Police are still searching for one suspect.